Hey friends, it's your favorite first grade teacher, Miss McGurn here, and today I am talking to you about Tuesday, September 22nd's reading lesson of today. Let's jump right into it, shall we? All right, friends. Today we are getting into the relating previous experiences to what is read. Now, yesterday we had a huge lesson on schema, which is all about the information that we already have in our brains. All those files that we've put away in our filing cabinet that is our brain. And remember, the awesome thing about schema is that schema does grow and it does change. Today, I wanted to talk about adding more to our schema by making connections. What is making a connection? It means that you are relating to the text in some sort of way. And there are three main ways that we can make connections. The first way is a text to self connection. Text to self means that you are thinking about something that's happened to you while you've read that book. Maybe you're reading a book about a little boy who lost his tooth and it made you think about when you lost a tooth. Maybe you're watching a video on a little boy who's learning how to ride a bike. Again, text to self connection because you might be thinking about a time where you learned how to ride your bike. Text to world connections are connections that are made between a book and things that are happening in the world. Okay, now this is a little different from text to self. This is a worldly connection. Okay, so maybe you saw something on the news, and while you were reading your book, it made you think of that news article that you watched. Okay, last is text to text connection, which means while you're reading your book, it made you think of another book, which is something that we commonly do when we're reading books by the same author. One of my favorite series to read is Junie B. Jones. And every time I read a Junie B. Jones, I think about another Junie B. Jones. So I'm making a text to a text connection. I'm putting those two books together and connecting them together in some sort of way. Today, we're going to listen to a story called Say Something. And as you're listening to the story, I want you to think about a connection that you could be making to the text while you're listening.
And now, Say Something. Written and illustrated by Peter H. Reynolds. The world needs your voice. Mine? Yes, yours. Go ahead. It doesn't need to be perfect as long as it's from your heart. You don't have to be loud. Powerful words can be a whisper. You can say something in so many ways. With words, with action, with creativity. If you see someone lonely, say something by just being there for them. If you see an empty canvas, say something with your brush. If you see an empty lot, say something by planting a seed and watching it bloom. If you see someone being hurt, say something by being brave. Hey, stop! If you see something beautiful, say something with a poem. Painted meadow splashed with rainbows. If you have a brilliant idea, say something with confidence. Eureka! If you want to show the world who you are, say something with style. Ta-da! If you are angry, say something to help people understand. You made me feel invisible. That really hurt. I'm really sorry. If you see an injustice, say something peacefully. Inspire others to do the same. Sometimes you'll say something and no one will be listening. But keep saying what is in your heart, and you will find someone who listens. Keep saying it, and you may be surprised to find the whole world listening. If you are grateful for being alive, quietly say something to the stars, to the universe. Some people might find it easier to say something than others, but everyone has something to say. So when you are ready, say something. Your voice can inspire, heal, and transform. Your voice can change the world. Are you ready to say something? Peter Hamilton Reynolds.
What a fantastic story for us to make a connection to. I'm sure while you were listening to that story, there was something that you thought about. Maybe you saw something on the news. Maybe something's happened to you that you connected to with this story. Making connections to text can help us to understand what we're reading. When we make the connection, we're able to relate to the character better, which allows us to understand what we're reading better. So where else could you make connections? If you really like this story, Peter Reynolds has lots of other books out there. So I only put 3 examples right here, but there's way more examples for you guys to choose from. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this reading lesson. Hopefully you can go out there and you can make some connections too. Bye.